to my YouTube channel. This is Cheri from Style Tips with Cheri, and I'm so excited to have a guest on today who really has turned out to be one of my favorite people I've ever known. And I first met her at beauty boot camp that we did. Oh my goodness, I think she can tell you. I think it was like in 2011. But Cheri Varner was not the same person back then as she is today. And I'm going to let you hear a little bit of her story. But we also are going to talk about her body, because guess what? She is a D body shape. She gains in her hips and her thighs. And no matter how much weight she gains or loses, she still loses and gains in her hips and her thighs. And so we have to dress her that way. So on today's video, I'm going to give you 5 tips for dressing your body shape if you gain in the bottom half. And we're going to have Cheri to help us along the way. So welcome, Cheri from Las Vegas. Thank you for being here. Can you tell the people who are watching, how did we come to know you, and how did you learn about Fashion Meets Faith, and what has happened in your story? And you don't have to tell the whole thing, but I do want a little background so they can get to know you.
I'm so excited to spend some time with you today. I feel like your ministry and God has used you so much to do things in my life that I want to be able to share that with all of the other ladies that are in your VIP group. When I first met you personally was at boot camp, the very first boot camp in 2011. And I had come because I was exhausted and I just needed a weekend away, and my wonderful husband gifted it. I came and I so badly wanted to be okay with this desire to be pretty. And the first thing, or the first time in my life, is that weekend when you were used to finally open up and make that connection between my heart and my head, that being a woman and wanting to be beautiful is something that God put in us and that He created us to be.
Oh, I love that. Can you tell us? So your head, you were, and this isn't about beauty boot camp, although you guys, beauty boot camp is coming up in October. We are social distancing this year. We have cut the registrations really low. I think we had some people back out, so we do have a few spaces, but we're keeping it small. So just know if you want to do that. But this really isn't about beauty boot camp. That is where we met Cheri, though, for the first time. And from there, she became a VIP member. And then from there, she actually became a Christian image consultant as well. But Cheri, tell us what was going on in your head as a Christian woman. And I think that had to do with maybe you growing up, and that just wasn't a focus. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right. I grew up, I'm in my 60s. I grew up in that time raised by people that had that strong work ethic, and work with everything. And to spend time and money on what were termed frivolous things, like makeup and pretty dresses instead of serviceable clothes, was kind of looked down on. And it took me a long time to reconcile what I learned as a child with what God really said about me. So at that point, when I first met you, I was a size 24, a 3X. I weighed over 260 pounds. So,
and 260 pounds isn't a lot to some people, and to others it are. How tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
All right, so you're average height, but you have a smaller frame, and so yeah. So you were wearing 3Xs, size 24s, and you guys, this isn't about weight loss. What happens to a woman, I believe, is that we get this connection in our head that we're not allowed to be pretty. And whether you are a Christian, whether you were raised faith-based, I really think it's even more prevalent in the faith-based community because, oh my goodness, we can't talk about that because then people would think I'm frivolous. But in the Bible, God talks about beauty all the time. And I truly don't think that he would have made us with that desire to love pretty things as a woman if he didn't mean for us to love pretty things as a woman. And I remember when I was first called to this ministry and he said to me, I want you to go to do this, not visually. I mean, not, he didn't say it audibly, but I heard him say in my voice, I knew in his voice, I knew his voice, my daughters don't know that they're beautiful. And so Cheri, tell us a little bit about that. Like, did you just feel like you couldn't do that? What freed you up?
Because I had grown up in church. I knew all the verses. I knew how to walk the walk. I knew how to do and say all of the right things. But I learned through you and through all of the women that are in your ministry, my sisters in Christ that love on each other and feed truth to each other, it just clicked for me. And the reason I had my gastric bypass in 2012 was because I was slowly killing myself with high blood pressure, diabetes, all of those things that were just tearing me apart. And so it was really for health reasons. It wasn't for fashion. But I do have to share that the one thing that I asked Rick for Christmas that year, because I had my surgery on December 12/12/12, I said, he asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I said, I just want grace for the wardrobe.
Oh, I love it. Grace for the wardrobe, meaning you wanted to go
I know I'm going to lose weight. I'll need everything new, and I want to be able to do this.
Yeah.
And bless his heart, that was 8 years ago. And I'm still getting that grace.
Oh, I love it.
My husband is a great, great man.
That's fantastic. All right, so let's talk about your coloring, because your coloring has even changed from the first time I met you.
I was a soft, and I had always wanted to be a redhead. I had, for a very brief amount of time when I was very small, like probably a year to a year and a half, I have pictures of me being a redhead with bright blue eyes. And they were always my favorite pictures. And so I just said, I'm going to try it, and I'm never going back.
Yeah. And I think you got that encouragement from us, right? It was like, redhead would be so beautiful on you. You've got to do it. Is that how that happened? I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but I'm thinking that's what happened.
I was a soft, but I was going gray, and I was waffling between, do I maintain this kind of blonde, or do I go cool? And I thought, no, I'm going to be warm. So I tried it, and I love it.
And we loved it on you. I want to share with the audience 5 tips on how to dress when you gain in your lower half. And so you're still gaining in your lower half. I mean, that's where you gain your weight. Yeah. Okay. And during COVID, I think we've all gained. The COVID-19 is what they said. I heard somebody say that. I laughed. So luckily I've lost to the COVID-12. So hopefully I'll keep going. But it's one of those things I thought, I either got to keep going or I'm going to keep going up. So we got to do something about this. But I want you to show them first. Our first tip is tunics, but wearing them with belts, because one of the places on a D body shape is that you have a smaller waist, right, Cheri?
Mm-hmm. I can show you.
Okay, let's go do it. So wearing a belt with a tunic really cinches the waist in and emphasizes the smallest part of her body. All right, so let's go to number 2. The number 2 thing, and you can just go ahead and leave that shirt on for this, because what I'm going to teach, what we're going to talk about now is how to use a scarf to balance the upper body.
This is an infinity scarf, one of my new favorites, because you can loop it out like over your shoulders almost, and then loop it back in, and it gives you the broader thing. Ta-da!
Basically, she has balanced her hips and thighs by broadening her upper body with the scarf. If she were to wear a scarf long ways, then the eye comes to the middle of the body and can go downward looking. And so it depends on when you're gaining in your hips and thighs, we got to really be careful. We want to widen what's happening up here. The number 3 tip is to wear flared jeans. Talk to me about the flared jeans, Cheri.
They're my new favorite. I love them because the big key is you have to buy the right size. They cannot be tight around here. They have to just fit you well. And then they go down and they flare out, and all your eye is just drawn down to that widest part. And then if you have on open toe shoes and a pretty pedicure, you're golden.
Perfect. Yay. That balances. So the flared leg on a D body shape is perfect because it balances your hips with the bottom part of the flare. So instead of, you got to be careful if you gain in your hips and thighs, gals, and if you wear super skinny jeans, then what happens is your hips are going to look wider. So you've got to have either a boot cut, a flare, or a straight leg works as well, just not a super skinny jean. All right, so talk to us about the scoop neck. I think you've got a dress you can show us that has a scoop neck, and tell us why that works.
Okay.
So Cheri now is going to show us her dress with a scoop neck. You guys, when you have a D body shape, you really are going to want to wear as many scoop necks as possible, because what it does is it balances your hips again. Remember with the flared jean, we balanced the bottom, right? And now we're also now going to balance the top. So instead of a V-neck, we want to bring the eye outward, and you can see how fabulous this is on her.
This is my new favorite tunic. It's cool enough I can still wear it in Las Vegas when it's 108, but it will go all the way through fall and winter time too. I have it on with one of my statement necklaces right now, but I can easily wear this same scarf that I had on earlier with it. I can do lots of different things with it, and it just kind of skims over my hips. I don't know if you can see. So it doesn't cling to anything, which is perfect for my D body type.
That's fantastic. Oh my goodness. All right. So while you've got that dress on, let's go to our number 5 tip and show them what it looks like when you put a shorter jacket on with that.
Oh, I'll put my denim jacket on, which I love, and wear it with everything when the weather's cooler. But I can wear it. I can still wear it. It's okay for the tunic to be longer and still wear my jeans underneath.
Now, can you show us what that looks like with a belt on too?
You know, I have found this snakeskin belt that I really like on it, and it just ties it all together, gives me one more accessory point.
And if you were in our VIP, y'all know what that accessory point means, but I love that look, Cheri. That's absolutely stunning.
This will be one of my go-to outfits. This and a pair of jeans.
It's fabulous. And, you know, I'm coming out with a new project for fall, something that y'all are going to probably love. And pumpkin is in there for a warm, and so is a denim jacket. So, and no, I'm not selling clothes. So don't even think that that's what it is, because it's not. It's something that I think y'all are going to love. So, all right, Cheri, come on back and let's sit down and finish out this conversation.
Okay.
So we had such a good time showing the tips and a few little things for a D body shape. But while you're here, I do want to ask you about what it's like to be in my VIP community. And you're even a Christian image consultant and that you're in the VIP community. And so that says a lot because this is really for people who want to have a place to go and just share with other like-minded women. And you mentioned sisterhood, and that is what we are. We are absolutely a sisterhood, but we have all kinds of new changes coming up that you don't even know about yet. And so can you just share with the women, think about the woman who's sitting at home right now, who's watching this, who's not part of our VIP community. What would you tell her about why she should think about joining our community?
Oh my goodness. It's the best group of women I have ever had the privilege to be part of. It's the only place you can go where you get loved on, you get prayed for, you get answers to fashion questions, you get supported and encouraged. I don't know what I'd do without my friends in the VIP thing. It's an amazing group of women.
Wow. And you know what we're doing this year, Cheri? And I'm gonna let a little bit slip here. I don't know if I should or not because our VIPs are going to get privy to the early information, but we're focusing in a different manner this year. And we're also going to run everyone through what we call a success path. And the success path has things for you to do that you're really going to be different when you come out, and different in a way that's going to honor Christ, but honor the best version of yourself. And so I just hope if you're not on our VIP community, if you're not on the wait list, please, please, if you're already in the VIP, you don't need to be on the wait list. But I'm going to ask Cheri one more question about that. So for those of you who are on the fence thinking, and she doesn't know, this is like off the cuff. Cheri, what were you like before the VIP community, and what are you like now?
It has changed my life. Not only has it opened up an avenue where I can meet people and get to be friends with women from all over the country in all walks of life. Some of these women I don't have a lot in common with, but most of them are in the same place in life that I am. They are maybe getting towards their empty nests, or they're starting to think about retirement. And that brings a lot of heart changes and a lot of life changes that it helps to have girls to process it with.
Right. And you know, I also noticed that on the internet, there are a lot of places that you can go and kind of be part of. And I started joining some groups just to see what they're like. And I honestly, I'm unsigning from them because it's negative. They're not encouraging, and it kind of makes me feel bad when I see a post come up from them, and I'm like, oh, if you only knew about ours, because we're so different. Oh my goodness. But thank you for sharing this. And so I just encourage you. I just wanted Cheri to be on this channel today because I wanted to show you body shape tips for a D body shape. But I wanted you to hear from somebody from her heart that if you're not in the VIP community, get on the wait list. You have nothing to lose to check us out. We're gonna have a kickoff party on Thursday, September 3rd. So get on the wait list and sign up for that and see what it's all about. I'm gonna walk you through what that success path looks like and a lot of other things I'm gonna share that night. And that's not even the project that I'm talking about earlier when I said, oh, pumpkins on it and denim is in it. That product that I was talking about is actually going to be something that the new VIPs are going to get as part of their sign-on package. So we're excited. And Cheri, is there any final words that you want to say about anything? Wrap us up.
There are so many things. You know me, I could talk for hours. But the biggest thing about being associated with Cheri and any of her ministries, but especially the VIP group, is that you have a group of women that are all for you. They will speak truth to you. They will pray for you and encourage you and laugh with you and cry with you. But you couldn't ask for a better group of friends.
That was wonderful. And I did not put her up to that. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for sharing this time with me today. Cheri, you're amazing and wonderful. And I know I'm going to get to see you at Beauty Boot Camp again coming up here. And we'll put the link below for that as well. But until next week, I will see you then. Get on the wait list for the VIP. See you next time. Bye, Cheri. Bye, everyone.